Today, I'm going to show you how to make a system that grants a permanent speed boost if a player owns a Game Pass. So all I've got here is a simple screen GUI with a frame and a button. That's all you're going to need for this. All you really need is the button. So what we actually need to do first is prompt the Game Pass purchase whenever they press the button. So what we're going to do is come over to our button and we're going to press the white plus and add a local script. I'm just going to call this Game Pass prompt, and then I'm going to delete the default text. So first of all, whenever you're handling transactions in Roblox, you're always relying on the marketplace service because that's what connects your game to the Robux system. So first of all, we need to get our marketplace service. So we're going to say local marketplace service equals game colon get service marketplace service. And now we actually need to get our Game Pass. Now, if you don't have a Game Pass, I'm going to quickly show you how to do it. So what you want to do is you want to come onto your game and you'll probably see a page like this. This is your dashboard. You want to scroll down underneath monetization, and where it says passes, click on that. You can see I already have a test one here, but I'm going to create a new one. Click on create a pass. You can add an image if you want. I'm just going to call this testing. Don't really need a description. I'm going to create pass. So then you'll see it says off sale. So we actually need to give this a monetary value. So click on it, head to the sales page, and you can see there's an item for sale tick box. So we're going to tick that, and then we need to put in our price. So for example, I'm just going to put 50. I'm going to click save changes, and then I'm going to click cancel. Then what we need is our ID of our Game Pass. So we're going to click on the three dots and click copy asset ID. And we're just going to head back into Roblox Studio. And now we're back in our script, we can actually add our Game Pass in. So we're going to say local pass ID equals, and then just paste your Game Pass ID. So this script is super simple. All we're going to do is just check if the player has actually pressed the button, and then we're going to give them the prompt to buy the Game Pass. So we're just going to put script.parent, which is our button, .mouse button one click, which also works for taps and other inputs, connect function, and we're going to say local player equals game.players.local player, so that's us. And then we're going to say marketplace service colon prompt Game Pass purchase, and then we need two arguments. We have the player and the Game Pass ID. So the player is whoever we're prompting it to, which is us. So we've already defined that above, that is player. And then we also need our Game Pass ID, which is Pass ID. All this is going to do is connect to the marketplace service and prompt the Game Pass purchase for the player with our Pass ID. So we can actually go and see now, if we go into our game and we try and click it, you'll see we already own this item, your account will not be charged. However, if we didn't own this item, we would have the purchase option. Okay, well that's all well and good, but how do we actually make it so that something happens when they own the Game Pass? So for me, I want my players to get a speed boost every single time they join my game. So I'm going to head up to service script service, and I'm going to create a new script. I'm going to call this Game Pass Handler, and we're going to delete our default text. Now, I'm going to grab our marketplace service again, game get service, marketplace service, and then we also need our pass ID one more time. Local pass ID equals that. So now we need to use the player added function. So we're detecting whenever someone joins the game, we want to give them our Game Pass. Now, you can also have it so that once they actually buy the Game Pass, they receive it straight away. However, I'm not really going to go over that in this video, but maybe in a future video because it's a little more complex because you need to use remote events and stuff like that. This is just simply a method that you can use to give something to a player whenever they join your game. So you could even have something that says, once you've bought a Game Pass, make sure to restart the game. So we're going to start off here and we're going to say game colon get service players dot player added connect function. And then in here we have our player parameter, so we know which player has joined. And then we're going to say player.character added. So what player.character added is basically what we're doing is we're listening out for when the player's character has actually loaded. Because it's all very well that we have the player object loading, but we don't actually have the player's character, which is what appears in the workspace. So once that happens, we're going to connect function, and then we're going to put through character, because that is the parameter that this one offers. We can get the player's character. So now we actually need to check if a player owns this Game Pass. So we're going to say if marketplace service colon user owns Game Pass async player.user ID colon pass ID, then. So what we're doing in this method is we're saying that if the player owns this Game Pass, and we're getting their user ID. This is how we check for transactions on Roblox. We ask for the user's ID not just the player's name or object, because if you just get the player's name, they can change their name at any time. So if they change their name and you're checking it through the name, then they might log in one day and not have their game passes because they could have changed their name. And then we're just specifying our pass ID afterwards, and that's all that function really does. So now we actually need to get the player's humanoid object, because the humanoid is what houses all of these little components that make up our player, including their walk speed. So I'm going to say local humanoid equals character, wait for child, humanoid. So what that will do is it will wait for the humanoid to load and then it will continue. So we're now going to say humanoid.walk speed, make sure it's capitalized the same way I've done it, equals, I want them to have 50 walk speed. Okay, and that's everything we'll need. So we can go back and test it now, and I should already have the game pass. Yep. And now if I walk around, you can see I'm much faster. So if this video did help you at all, please make sure to like and subscribe. If you have any comments or concerns or your code didn't work, please let me know in the comments and I would love to help. And I will see you all next time.